Opera SM here with a Doomscar Claimant's Snow Node, possible new deck alternative. Wiz Class has been getting a lot of hype recently. I think it can do very good in a spell heavy shell. So we are going to try to adapt that to the Snow Node here. It's fairly flexible in that you need Wizard Class, which when you have 5 or more cards in hand and draw a card, your spells will get 3 mana for each wizard class on the board. They do not reinforce, so those abilities can stack. We're also just combining that right now with Song of Creation because that just allows us to draw extra cards. Oftentimes you want to fill it with cards that would just draw kind of cantrip, cheap spells that would draw a lot. Like with Umara Mystic in new standard post-rotation, but right now we're just going to run this. Rest of the deck is basically just a bunch of stuff that can draw spells, or spells that can draw stuff. Rite of Flame for a little excel. Also it can pop some stuff on the board with all the snow gems so your opponent's stuff can't get out of control. And then we've got the pairing of Alvarin's Epiphany, which can give you extra swaps. And then Days Undoing, which allows you to reset your hand and get cards with 3 mana per Wiz Class plus an additional 3 mana, so it works pretty well. We're also running just 1 damage spell in here, Volcanic Geyser. This one's great just because it can cast when you have 4 plus at least 1 mana for the stored mana, but it can get up to 10 pretty easily to cast. Probably technically don't need that. You could replace it with another draw spell if you want, because basically how we're going to win with this deck, the secondary is where we need to cast a lot of snow cards and then kill creatures with the same creature type. Well, Alvarin's Epiphany makes bird tokens, so what we can actually do is the turn we go off, we won't use the loyalty ability. Eventually, with all the extra swaps we get, we can activate Ral's Ultimate, which will let us, whenever we cast a spell, it can deal 6 damage to any target and draw 2 cards. So it's kind of like another song sort of effect, but we can use that just to kill bird tokens, create bird tokens on the board with Epiphany, and then meet that 4. It will require probably a lot of clicking, also a lot of not nowing, because you don't want to kill your opponent too fast with that 6 damage, which you can throw in their face once you've met the other objectives. Again, I think this is a pretty viable alternative. It definitely has a weakness to spell hate, like Test of Talents and such. Got to work on playing around with ways to maybe get around that. Come on, bud. So yeah, but I may give it a try this round. I also really like my Nissa 5 deck that's pretty heavy control. And then can do a death loop, but this is another alternative. Let me know your thoughts about this, how you would adjust it. Again, we're using Ral for the ultimate here. I think you do need something damage or removal based that you can keep casting if you want to try to make a wizard class deck like this work here. Alright, I may record a video of this later in process. Sorry, this is a little rambly, but we're out on a new walk. For those who hadn't heard, Fresco, our beloved truffle snout, passed away earlier this year, but we just got a new dog. His name is Fozzie, and he's awesome. He'd like to call himself a dire squirrel, but I think that would be pretty generous. He's maybe 2 or 3, 4 times the size of a gray squirrel. But I'll try to post pictures later.